Hey everyone, welcome back. Are you feeling constantly exhausted lately? Does your energy just drain away in the afternoon? And do you find your heart racing for no reason? So many of you probably chalk this up to getting older. You think, well, I'm getting up there in age, so this must be normal. But I'm here to tell you something different today. This is not aging. Here's why: if we can identify the real root causes and address them properly, these symptoms can absolutely be improved and even reversed. In fact, thousands of people in your age group have discovered the actual reasons behind their symptoms and have found their energy, focus, and peace of mind returning. In today's video, I want to break down 10 of the most common physical changes that people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s experience, and I'm going to explain what's really causing them. These are symptoms that millions of people deal with, but many doctors can't pinpoint exactly what's going on. If this information sounds valuable to you, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up right now. It really helps us reach more people who need this. Let's dive in. Number 1 is chronic fatigue. Tell me honestly, do you wake up in the morning and feel like you haven't really slept? Do you drag through the entire day with no energy? Even after sleeping a solid 8 hours, do you still wake up exhausted? Most people assume this is just what happens when you get older, but that's not entirely accurate. The first reason could be sleep quality. After you hit your 50s, the amount of deep sleep you get starts to decline. You might wake up multiple times during the night, and once you're awake, it's harder to fall back asleep. This is related to hormonal changes in your body. For women, declining estrogen levels actually change your sleep architecture. For men, melatonin production decreases, which disrupts your sleep rhythm. So even if you're in bed for 8 hours, you're not getting the restorative sleep your body needs. The second reason might surprise you: dehydration. As we age, our thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive. You might be chronically dehydrated without even realizing it. Your body is 70% water, and if you're just 2 to 3% short of optimal hydration, your fatigue can skyrocket. Most people don't notice they're dehydrated because there aren't obvious symptoms. This is especially critical during hot weather. The third reason could be iron deficiency. Women especially might have lost iron through menstruation over the decades. If your iron stores are depleted, your body can't transport oxygen efficiently, and that leads to fatigue. Men can also develop iron deficiency through digestive issues or chronic conditions. After 50, your stomach produces less acid, which makes it harder to absorb iron from food. A simple blood test can reveal your iron levels. The fourth reason is blood sugar management problems. When you eat carbs, your blood sugar spikes dramatically and then crashes. During these crashes, you feel exhausted. If this cycle repeats constantly, you develop chronic fatigue. Refined carbohydrates make this worse. The fifth reason is thyroid dysfunction. Your thyroid controls your metabolism and energy production. After 50, thyroid function often slows down. Women are especially prone to thyroid issues. Sometimes your thyroid numbers look normal on tests, but you still have what's called functional hypothyroidism, which causes real symptoms, even though standard blood work shows nothing wrong. Number 2 is difficulty concentrating. You're watching your favorite show, but you can't follow the story. Your grandchild is telling you something important, and you realize you weren't really listening. Does this sound familiar? It's easy to dismiss this as normal aging, but there are specific reasons this happens. First, there's reduced blood flow to the brain. As we get older, blood vessels become stiffer and lose their flexibility. When less blood reaches your brain, concentration suffers. If you take blood pressure medication, be especially careful, because blood pressure that's too low can also restrict blood flow to your brain. Second, it goes back to sleep quality. During deep sleep, your brain runs what's called the glymphatic system, which actually cleans out metabolic waste from your brain tissue. If you don't get enough deep sleep, this cleanup doesn't happen properly and concentration declines. Research shows that during deep sleep, brain cells actually shrink, creating space for waste to be flushed out. Third, chronic stress and elevated cortisol levels can damage the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory and concentration. If your cortisol stays high for long periods, your hippocampus can actually shrink. Fourth, if you're in the pre-diabetic range, your cognitive function suffers. Some researchers even call diabetes a brain disease because of how profoundly it affects mental function. Fifth, vitamin B12 deficiency is common after 50. Your stomach produces less acid, which you need to absorb B12 from food. B12 is essential for nerve function and brain health. This is especially true if you follow a vegetarian diet. Number 3 is experiencing heart palpitations. You're just sitting there, minding your own business, and suddenly your heart is pounding. Or you climb the stairs and feel like your heart's gonna burst. Or you wake up in the morning with your heart racing for no reason. This really scares people. Many rush to the doctor convinced they have heart disease. But in most cases, your heart is actually fine. First, it could be caffeine. As you age, your body metabolizes caffeine more slowly. That coffee you had this morning might still be affecting you tonight. Research shows that even 5 hours after consuming caffeine, half of it is still in your bloodstream. In your 70s, it might take 12 hours or more to clear. Second, hormonal changes during and after menopause. And andropause can destabilize your nervous system, leading to heart palpitations. This happens to both men and women. Third, sometimes it's anxiety. Many people have health anxiety. And that anxiety actually manifests as real physical symptoms. We call this psychosomatic. For example, you feel your heart flutter, which makes you anxious about heart disease, and that anxiety itself makes your heart flutter more. It's a vicious cycle. Fourth, thyroid dysfunction can cause heart palpitations. If you experience persistent heart palpitations, get your thyroid tested. Make sure they check not just TSH, but also free T3 and free T4 levels. Fifth, magnesium deficiency could be the culprit. Magnesium helps calm your nerves and regulate heart rhythm. Your body uses magnesium for over 300 enzymatic reactions, so it's incredibly important. Sixth, sometimes it's something as simple as breath holding. When you're stressed, you might unconsciously hold your breath. When you suddenly take a deep breath, your heart feels like it's racing or fluttering. Learning to do intentional deep breathing can help tremendously. Number 4 is the afternoon energy crash. You're fine in the morning, but by 2 or 3 in the afternoon, your eyes are heavy. Your body feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds. And it's like someone's literally draining your energy. First, it could be the blood sugar roller coaster. You eat a big lunch loaded with carbs. Your blood sugar shoots up and then it crashes. When it crashes, your body becomes lethargic. The insulin surge causes the amino acid tryptophan to enter your brain, boosting serotonin production, which makes you even more drowsy. Second, your body has a natural 24-hour rhythm called circadian rhythm. Between 2 and 4 in the afternoon, your body is biologically programmed to be least alert. Your core body temperature actually drops during these hours. It's natural. Third, digestion uses energy. After lunch, your body directs blood and energy to your digestive system. Your brain receives less blood flow, and you feel sleepy. Fatty foods require more digestive effort, making this worse. Fourth, if you're not sleeping well at night, afternoon fatigue gets amplified. Your accumulated sleep debt shows up in the afternoon. Fifth, lack of sunlight exposure during the day can worsen afternoon fatigue. Sunlight helps your brain produce serotonin. If you're not getting enough morning light, you'll feel more tired in the afternoon. Getting bright light exposure in the morning actually normalizes your evening melatonin production. Okay, friends, we've covered 4 major symptoms so far. Does this start to make sense? Here's something important: these 4 symptoms are all connected. Bad sleep leads to fatigue. Fatigue leads to poor concentration. Anxiety causes heart palpitations. And all of this gets worse in the afternoon, creating more fatigue. It's a vicious cycle. Breaking this cycle means identifying the root causes and addressing them systematically. Actually, there are some common solutions that help all 4 of these symptoms. First, get bright light exposure in the morning. Seriously, just this alone can normalize your sleep rhythm and reduce fatigue. Second, drink enough water. Aim for at least 1.5 to 2 liters daily. Third, for lunch, focus on protein and fiber instead of simple carbs. It's about keeping your blood sugar stable rather than spiking and crashing. Fourth, do some stress management through meditation or deep breathing exercises. Just 10 minutes a day, done consistently, can create dramatic changes. Now, there are 6 more symptoms that are just as important as these 4. In the next video, I'll break down the remaining 6 symptoms, what causes them, and how to address them. We're talking about irregular heartbeats during C.